Hello, are you ready to make your first website of 2020? Well, we're back again to work on the one that we started, and we are building on Local by Flywheel. We're using the Astra theme, and we're using the Elementor page builder. And now in this video, we're going to be adding the Elementor Pro level plugin, and we're going to complete the first home page, which is always one of the most important pages of any website. So let's go back to our working website and jump back in. I'm Susie Webb, so let's get to work. Here we are back on the back end of WordPress, and we need to log in. See, it remembers that I was here. Let's log back in. And then just have a little refresher. This was our toolbar at the top. This is known as the dashboard, where we have all our, main base controls. Our post, these are the things that change frequently, and then the pages that don't change as often, but they certainly can change information. Elementor was our page builder, and we're going to look at that a little deeper today. I'm going to load in a new plugin that's actually the Elementor Pro version, so it's the higher paid version. And it's the only paid version that I'm going to bring into the site because it really accelerates the design ability. So that, kind of makes you happy. And we do have the happy add-ons, but only the free version in at the moment. Our theme we have in here is the Astra theme. And plugins, we have our plugins. Let's just do a little review. Oh yes, we were going to, this is the Gizmo anti-spam. And so I needed to get the code to put in here to make this active. So I'm going to do that now. Let's click on that. And I went ahead and got the code, so I'm just going to copy that in. I didn't want that. Manually and enter. It's called an API key. And once we load that in, then it will be active, and then that will help eliminate some of the spam that comes in through things like contact page and, fill in the form type things. So that's all fine. We'll save that just to double check that it takes it in. And that's good. Okay. And so now we're going to add in the Elementor plugin that is the higher level one. Okay, I think I can load my license in here. Oh, it's already active. Okay, there's a couple of different ways to do that. It's a little different when you're on a local machine. All right, let's go back here now and look at our website so we can remember what it looks like. Sitting services website. So I've gone ahead, and what I'm going to do is just pull up some material that I put together, because one of the things I like to do is prepare and so I can get out the material. Okay, so the first thing I thought we would do is change the name and change all this material, because we have to basically, make it our own, right? We're not going to offer an app. So here's how we're going to do this. We're going to go to the page. So first we'll go to the home page. And remember, now we go to Edit with Elementor, because Elementor is the page builder, right? And we're going to basically build all the units with the page builder. So I thought, let's have a look here. The preferences is set for my handles. Yes, that's good. Remember I mentioned about my need for that because of my disability. So now what I decided we would do is change the name. And of course you would change it to whatever you wanted to, but so we're going to call this Lindsay Pet Pals. And the interesting thing here is, now these are your, I'm clicking up here, this will take you to the main dashboard of all your Elementor widgets. And these are all the different little tools, like you could have a heading and an editor box or button or video, and we'll be using all of these in this video. But now this is a starter site, so they tend to put some, tools in that maybe you wouldn't be using, because this is actually an image box, and that's not where you would put a heading, but they're anticipating that maybe you want to put an image in there, but we don't. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to pull a header in here, and then let's see, this is the information I'm going to use. Copy that in, paste. Now here's an interesting trick. If I go here and right click, even though it's hard for me, I go copy, and I don't really want to copy the text in here, but I want to paste the style. So watch, for this is a shortcut. There we go. And then now I can delete this one. And need someone to stay, play, and care for your pet. We're here to help if you need it. I'm finding this text is a little bit too, I guess, fat. So I'm going to try something different. There we go. So we're using Monda. So I usually make a record of that. So Monda is going to be our headers. And then I think we'll use maybe Montserrat for the other text box. Okay, and then so now the other thing I thought that would be interesting to put here, instead of the call us, because we don't know if we want that at the moment, we're going to add another heading, and we're going to say that support for seniors is our specialty, because I think that would be a good thing to do. And remember, we're thinking about creating a business that anyone could do, that, there's a need for. And I think there is a need for that. It's not pulling it up. So there we go. Let's make this. There we go. So we've got that in there. I'm going to eliminate this for now. But then I would add a button. It says, learn more. And we'll decide where we're going to put that button a little later. But this is how we would style a button. We would make the text color white. And we're going to make the background do we like this color? Maybe we do. Which reminds me what we need to do. There's that number. See down here, there's that hex code. I'm going to copy that, put that in, replace that, just paste that in and it goes down there. Okay, do that. And border radius, that's all fine. Well, let's give it a little 5. See what that does is, I'll show you. See, the higher the number, the rounder it is. Let's try 100. Kind of like that, maybe like that. Could put a box shadow, but not sure it needs it. back to default. So these are all interesting things. The style sets all the text and the color and all that kind of thing. So I want to make note of that. Hex code. That's the orange. Orangish, orange yellow. And okay, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to, like, when you click back here to see all your tools, don't forget on the left here is how you would get back to the dashboard. So I'm going to go back to the dashboard for a minute. And if you remember, one of our plugins was for setting the color, central color palette. So we're going to go in there and we're going to add some new colors, okay? So we're going to add the color to the Astra theme, make it in the block header. No, I don't want to add to the, oh, integrate with Elementor, sure. Okay, we're going to put that in here. And this is where we type that hex code in. And then if we hit this arrow over here, then that color will show up. And it gives you the name Orange Peel. And then we could put in here, let's say, let's pull this down a little bit so it's not quite as black. Something like that. And that's what we use for when we're writing our text. It's kind of nice. Okay, and then we'll just save those. And then now what you're going to see when we go back to the pages and call up our Elementor, we'll see that those colors are available for us to just quickly click and use them rather than having to remember the hex code number each time. Okay, so now let's see, now go back to our text. So basically all that I did was I looked at this page and then I kind of thought, okay, I'm going to replace the text but make it our own. So rather than saying who we are, I'm going to put the name in there. Okay, and I'm shortening it a bit. Again, they've used the image code. Not sure why, but we'll leave that for now. And again, they've done that. Well, I guess the only good thing about that is then we could put the text header and the content in the same box. So now we'll see where it says title and description. I'm going to paste that in there. And it says pet is another word for best friend or pal. Right, so that's kind of like what we think, or at least I think. Now we'll replace this text with this. Everyone needs a friend. Pets provide us with unconditional love and share joyful energy and comfort. So this is just a nice little blurby that extends what you're saying up here. And instead of no more, I would probably continue saying learn more, because I think it's important to be consistent. Okay, and we'll make that go somewhere a little later, but for now we'll just keep this little hashtag in there so that it reminds you there's a link. And now the interesting here, I'll show you how to make that purple appear. So this is what they call the button, and this is, you can see they put a 50 on it over here. So that's what I should probably put it on this one. Again, for consistency. So we'll do 50. And I think we'll make that a little larger. So we'll go with medium. There we go. Right? Let's check again. Why is this is 50 and it's got 16 top and 36. So let's try that. So $16.36. 16, 36. Now it will be the same. And now why I undid this button here, you see if this button is grayed, so then it links all these values together. So then you only need to type 150 and then they all go in. But if you unlink it, then you can make them all different. So that's how we did that. So now that section is done. So that was pretty quick. And then now in this area, I'm not going to be offering an app because where would we get that? This is just we're making a very quick website. But we're going to say stay connected. And then what we're going to offer instead of an app is we're going to provide our potential clients with either an image or a video so that they can see that their pets are doing well. We'll just take that out. So this way, if they are away on travel or perhaps in the hospital and they're needing their animal to be cared for, then the Pet Pal service could quickly send them an image to do that. So we would need a much different looking picture on the phone. So I've gone ahead and made some new pictures to add in here. Okay, I've gone ahead and replaced that image. And as you can see that there's some overlap here. So one of the things that we could do, and I would need to do some more customization. So instead, what I'll do is I'll take this area out. Alright, so in our next section, but that's still kind of a nice idea, I think, to stay connected with your pet. It would certainly make me feel better if I was not able to be with my pet for an extended period of time. Now we're going to just put in another title. We just basically remember changing this information to fit the website that we want to make. So this is going to say something like, hey, now what are those care options going to be? All right, so here we go. We're going to start with offering stay instead. Okay, first let me put this in. The information, and this title is going to be stay, and you'll notice that the title is up here. So again, they've used an image box and I just clicked on it so that I could get to it, and I'll explain what's happened here. And styling, see, now we're going to the content and the size is that. Okay, and we're using this area here. Okay, and there's that color that we put in. And the topography, we're going to go with Montserrat's pretty good one to use. And oh, we're on the wrong one. No, these are the Mondas. Right? And we don't need it. Oh, I like that. Gonna write that 30 maybe. And then we're gonna raise this to 6 or 7. That's the weight. Just make it a little fatter. Maybe even more. Alright, that'll do. And then for the text, description, same color. This is where we put the Montserrat. And that's the name of the font that I'm going to use for the text throughout. Let's make it 17. And make the line out. I guess about 1.4 is pretty good. I think we need to put some weight on that. That's good, 17.5. That looks pretty good. Now what they've done here, and this is how you learn how to do these things. See, they have a negative 75 on the margin. So that means that it's 70, they've gone up 75 pixel from where it usually sits. And this is to give it that effect that it's kind of like pulled over top of this little icon picture, because the image is actually over here, right? And that stay picture, we're going to stick with that, that's fine. And I'm going to say learn more. And get rid of that one. And we could just change it to say learn more. Right? And the same here. And why I'm doing this is because this is just a really good way for you to watch over my shoulder how I would go about doing this. So again, I'm going to copy this, and I'm just going to say copy paste style, because I've still got to change that text, right? Paste style. Then it's ready for me to change the text. Paste style. And the same with the little good. Alright, so then after stay, we're going to offer exercise. Put the text in here. So we're going to, in this business, we're going to offer to stay with their pets because that's where they feel most comfortable. And exercise. No, that didn't transfer properly. Can't say the same thing. We talk about exercise, right? Routine is important. We walk, play, and provide undivided attention, which I'm sure that would be needed. And then, of course, we would offer to feed them. And this is going to be talking about food, right? Nutrition is necessary. And we're going to say feed. And then the last thing that we're going to talk about is cleaning. I don't know about you, but we have a few cats, and there's certainly a need to their cleaning to be done if we're not here. Okay, so we stay, we exercise, we feed, and we clean. And now, one thing I think you'll notice here is there's a lot of consistency. So one word titles, and they're like present tense. And then there's 1, 2, 3. It's the same amount of text in this box, this box, this box. And I do that because it creates balance and looks nice on the page, right? And then down here for the testimonials, happy faces. Let's see now. Change text here because we're going to say our actual clients don't talk, right? But their owners do. Okay, happy faces. And again, we're going to change the font for the happy, for the content title. Okay. And that's going to be the Mondo. Or Monda. Right? And we're going to make this 30. Maybe 35. We'll give it a lot of weight there. Okay. And I just think that's easier to read. Okay, and then now these are the testimonial boxes, right? And instead of putting people in here, I've made us some pets to use. Let me just find that. And, oh yes, I forgot. Up here, we're going to change these boxes. So for the exercise, clean exercise. Okay. exercise one. There we go. It's a little different, but it's close enough. And then we've got the feeding one. There we go. I put some cat things in here because I didn't want them to think that it was just all dogs. And then we have a cleaning one. And I thought the litter box would be a good thing to show. There we go. Alright, so how does that look? Stay, exercise, feed, and clean. Okay. And then now for our clients, we've got, this is what the people are going to say. First one. And we might have to change the sizing here a bit. Yeah. And we're going to just say this is in Lindsay. After all, that's the area we are aiming to promote our new business in, right? And now we need a picture of Farley. And let's see now, where's... There we go, client Farley. He's our big boy cat, right? But I would want a bigger picture. So what I could do is trash this one and add a new one. I think this will work. Yeah, I could do that. Put Farley in there, I know. Then I might put a little border radius 5 just to make the edges a little less sharp. Put a little box shadow on it so it pops out a bit. That's not too bad. So that's our big boy Farley. And then the next pet, testimonial, is going to be about a cute puppy named Minnie. Right? And again, we're going to say, okay. And this, we're going to take this picture out, and we're going to add our little Minnie in here. And Minnie would be client Minnie. Okay. And then again, make it 5 and a box shadow. And then there she's sweet like a dog. And then here's one, another one. Okay, trash this. And now we need a little image of a little cat that was formerly one of mine, named Marmalade. Okay, so we can style that a bit. 5 pixels, pop, and there we have it. So let's have a look at how we're doing here. Let's go up to the top. We're going to update. Every now and again it's good to update. Now one of the ways I can get around this color thing is I can change this to white, right? And you can't notice that. And then I could put a little color. What's this here for? That's not supposed to be there. Right? And then I could put a bit of space here. So, okay, I think I'll do the margin. Then we'll pull it down I always like to go to even numbers, so 50 will do fine. And I might put a bit of color in here. Let's try. So again, here we're on this section. You can see it outlines the box in blue, that the area that you're working in. And I've gone to Style, Background. And our choices are Classic, which is color, gradient, video, or slideshow. But in this case, we're just going to put a bit of color in here. So why don't we do this? No, obviously we're not going to. Well, actually, that's not too bad, is it? And what we could do is bring this text care options, and we could make that white. Let's just give this a try. And that's not too bad. And then we'd have to change the content for the description as well, right? And I think that needs to be bigger. And also we need to put the fonts in there that we're using. So let's make this 20. And let's give it a bit of weight. There, that looks not too bad. What do you think? I think that's okay. Just different ways to get around things. So we've got the Lindsay Pet Pals. Need someone to stay, play, and care for your pet? We are here to help when you need it. Support for seniors is our specialty. Maybe what I would do is put this italics. And you would go to the typography, and we would go to Style and go italic. Just so it's got something a little different than that one. Then we've got to learn more, which we'll hook up later. And then we know pet is another word for best friend or pal. It kind of ties in with our name. Then we've got stay connected. And now we've given this a bit of pop, which is kind of good. And yeah, I like that. Okay. And so we've got our care options: stay, exercise, feed, and clean. And I'm noticing this is just up a little bit more. And I'm wondering why. Could be because of the icon being different. Yeah, that's probably it. So if I were to find another icon, let's just use that one for now, because see, these ones are bigger obviously than, or smaller than, yeah, these ones are 140 by 140. So we use this one for now, and then I'll replace it. I like them all to be balanced and the same, but I will change that a little later. Here's our testimonial area about our happy clients, happy faces. Our actual clients don't say very much, but their owners sure do. And so this is what they said about Farley the big boy cat. He had some special needs, and they sent us a daily photo. And after 3 days, we stopped worrying him, so that's kind of good. I'm wondering if that font is just a little bit too heavy to read when there's a lot of text. So let's have a look at that. And let's bring it down a little bit. Let's maybe go down to, I would do 18. And I might give it a little bit more line height. Maybe something like that. So 18, 1.6. And and we do 1.6. Oops. Copy. Let's try try the paste style trick. There we go. Then I don't have to do it each time. There we go. How's that? So there, now we've got our testimonials. And instead of saying want to take a trial, I think I would prefer to say want to explore okay, that's, it's a bit in your face, but let's schedule a chat. Certainly don't miss it, that's for sure. Right? And then instead of schedule a meet, I'm gonna say schedule a chat. How's that? Save that. And I think we're finished our first page. Here we go. Here's the, what they call the header of the, I guess that's the head top of the website. So that works out okay. And then we've got, see, this is like, bang, this is about, the business, get someone's attention. Here's a little bit about the company, what our philosophy is. And then this is a really good service that, people would really like if they were away and worried about their pet. This way they can see that they're happy and being taken care of. And then here are the care options. So you can have someone come and stay in your own home if you're going to be away for like a week or something, and you might want to have someone to actually stay with the pet. Or here are other options if you need someone to come in and walk your dog while you're at work. And of course you might need feeding done on a particular schedule. And these cleaning while we're there, we would certainly make sure that everything was tidy. And here's some bit of social proof, client proof at any rate. Testimonials, and then want to explore how we could provide you with a customized program to suit you and your pets. Why don't we just get around this by saying suit you and your pet. There we go. And I think it would actually make this a little bit smaller. So this is now the title, right? So let's go with 40. Yeah, there you go. That's much nicer. Okay, let's schedule a time to chat. So our first page is done. Finish the home page for our brand new pet sitting business. And in the next video, we'll finish up the other two pages, hook up all our buttons and links and contact integration, and we'll almost be done with creating a brand new business that would be very easy for someone who is perhaps retired or maybe has a disability and is looking to create a little side hustle. So, see you in the next video. I'm Susie Webb. Thanks for watching.